Lambert, if you want to start by saying something, here's your opportunity.
Oh, man. I'm just really overwhelmed right now. This is great. A great group of kids. So I'm extremely happy for them. Kind of that bittersweet moment where I'm really happy and proud of them, and also kind of bummed I don't get to coach a bunch of these kids anymore too. I think if you spend enough time with people and you trust each other and you pour into them, then you got people that are there for your life. And so I got a bunch of kids that I know I'm going to be in touch with and talking with, and just really proud of the work they put in and the fact that they trusted us as a coaching staff to put in a plan. And they said, Coach, we're going to do it. And it's you don't always get to reap the rewards of hard work, but tonight we did. So.
Was you talking a bit about the fact that it's not as simple as it looked, but for game planning, sometimes simplicity works. Just give it to number 4 and get out of the way, basically. We give it to number 4. Our O-line plays really, really well. And Tom does a really great job of knowing when to throw the ball and when not to. And they really worked hard to take away inside zone. I think we ran more counter in this game and outside zone than we have all year in any single game. And we got into some different personnel groupings that we thought gave us an advantage. And so I think a credit to our kids for just their depth and their knowledge. We really run about 4 dang plays. But to be able to do it on different personnel groupings and with motions and shifts and try to find an advantage, they just roll with all that. And so they played really, really well, and Christian played really, really well and made some really good plays and provided not only a spark but the whole dang fire. He just did a ton in the O-line. They get a great feeling of knowing like, hey, we've got this thing rolling and let's keep going. And so as a group, it was really fun to watch. Good, you tired?
No, I'm good.
That's what he says every time I ask him too.
Tell me about running behind that line. So many times you look at your line and they're 2 yards downfield before you even really run into the defender. What's it like running behind these guys?
Yeah, most of the time I'm, 4 yards before I actually hit anybody, and I trust them with my life, like I said earlier. They do everything Coach asks, and they trust in the process, and I trust in them, and they trust in me. So it was crazy running behind them, and I'm never gonna forget it ever in my life.
Is that the kind of thing you want to be in? Is just to call your number and just let you roll with it? I mean, when you're thinking about this game, you think about it ahead of time. Is that what you're picturing happening?
I was thinking about just executing and trusting what my coach says. He told
Coach,
me.
you didn't play a bad first half by any means, but you did find yourself trailing at halftime. What was kind of the mood in the locker room? Have you guys trailed at halftime all season?
No. I think we've trailed for maybe Prior Lake, and then we took the ball 95 yards in a long drive and took back the lead. And that was the only time I think we've been trailing really. We just talked about we just got to execute. We needed to tackle better. And we needed to get off the ball a little bit better and just really execute, kind of put together full drives. And so I think there's just at one point where I said, we're down 3 dang points and we get the ball. We're going to be okay. Let's just go finish. And we've talked about playing 48 minutes of relentless effort and playing a full 4-quarter game and just kind of coming out and saying, let's see if we give our best shot for 4 full quarters, if somebody can hang with us and let's see if we get, what we can do. And kids believed, came out. We made some good adjustments on D, made some good adjustments on O, and just found some creative ways to kind of run the same stuff and get in good spots. And so the kids just came out and really kind of took over the game.
Coach, what adjustments did you make the second half to stop that quarterback draw and the quarterback sweep that they ran so well?
We brought more pressure and played more man, really to try to make him get the ball out of his hands a little bit quicker and try to get another hat in the box. They did a good job the first half of not only spreading us out, but just really taking advantage of what was there. Jason's a very, very good quarterback. It's a good coaching staff who, they're going to do a good job, and you don't get to play in a prep bowl if you're not doing a really good job. And so we knew we were going to have to play, and they did some really good things. And so I just tried to bring a little bit more pressure, get the ball out of his hands faster, and really we just emphasized tackling and rallying the football, making sure we get 11 hats of the football.
Question for everybody. You guys have been saying 1-0 all season long. What's 13-0 mean for this team?
Perfect.
That's all.
I mean, we're perfect.
We're perfect. That's it.
I mean, it's pretty much.
That's all we got to say.
You got some more stuff?
We're 13-0. Speaks for itself.
Yeah, basically what they said.
Christian, you seem to you seem to run straight forward for most of the season. Tonight, I saw you moving left and right quite a bit more than maybe I have, and maybe I saw you develop as a back. Can you talk a little bit about your game tonight versus the rest of the season in terms of moving left and right as you're carrying the ball?
To be honest with you, I just ran, and the left and right was a little bit more open tonight, and so I took it when it was there, and that's basically all. And I also have another answer for the 13-0 question. It is a perfect season, but it's also a demonstration of 3 years of trust and hard work and dedication put into the program, and that's what I think of it like.
Tommy, all season you said your teammates were the best in the state. How does it feel to back that up and deliver on that promise?
Well, you guys, it showed out there tonight. We had the best O-line in the state. There's no doubt about that. Christian is the best running back in the state, and there's no doubt about that. And our wide receivers, was it a big passing game? No. Am I mad? No. We won a state championship. It was a great game. And it was a great team win, and I got to give it to the wide receivers. They did a heck of a job blocking downfield. They don't get a lot of credit for blocking goes to O-line and O-line, but they did a heck of a job blocking downfield for when Christian broke it loose.
Lambert, talk about this win in Wayzata's football program as you tack it on to 05, 08, and 10, and where Wayzata's at today.
Well, it's nice to have another one. I'm going to tell you that. It's nice to have another one. I think our kids, we know we're lucky to be a part of a program that's got such great tradition and alumni that want to give back and talk and really pour back into our kids as well. And so it's just another chance to take another step forward to get the program back to where we all believe it should be. And we're just really happy that we're 1-0 tonight, which means we're state champions. So,
Christian, you had nearly 1,000 yards in the postseason. I mean, obviously it's a team game, but can you look back and say any of that is just self-pride, or is it just all about the team?
It's all about the team, because if it was just about me, I probably wouldn't have gotten 1,000 yards. I wouldn't have done what I've done. So it's definitely all about the team.
You're about running backs that'll buy their offensive linemen expensive watches, which is probably out of the budget. But what do you do for these guys?
I got a couple dollars, and I'm gonna spend it on them.
McChicken.
Graham, can you talk a little bit about? He's going to get a lot of publicity for the yards, but what you guys can take out of what he accomplished as a team game and blocking for him.
We just know that if we block hard, Christian's going to run hard, and that's what it comes down to, honestly, is that if we're going to put 100% in, we know Christian's going to give 100%, and that's what totals up the yards.
You're pretty emotional after that last kneel down. What's kind of going through your mind as the clock's going down to 0?
We did it. This group is the closest team you will ever see. It's the closest team I've ever been on. This was a team win, and it just kind of got to me, I love these guys with my heart. And to win it and do what we preached and what we practiced, there's not a better feeling than it. And I'm just so happy to do it with these guys that I love. I love you, Christian. I love you, Grandma. And to do it with the best coach in Minnesota, who's taught me so much as a man and a player. It's special. There's not words for it.
Other questions?
I do want to say this because
Congratulations on your championship.
I do want to say this because I forgot to mention as we talk about the past. I don't even know if I meant it, but we were lucky to have Coach Anderson came and gave our pregame talk this morning, and I think if you talk about a guy who bleeds blue and gold and loves the program and played there, and so it was just great to have
a guy who's been there and done that and knows what it takes to take a team there, and has meant so much to the school and the football program, just to kind of come back and talk to the kids and continue to do that for us. And so I wanted to make sure I mentioned that and recognize that, because if Coach A didn't believe in me, I don't know if I'd be sitting here. And so I need to make sure I thank him as well.
Lambert, one more question. Your first state championship as a coach. Talk to me about your feelings.
Oh, man.
What does that mean to you?
Coach Breezy.
I'm really happy for our kids. It was it's amazing. It's great. I kind of went in this morning and actually last night as I was sitting around, my wife went Black Friday shopping. And I was home with the kids, and I was just kind of sitting there, and me and my son were on the couch and hanging out and just kind of talking about it, and just, you know what, I said, we're going to go win the game, and win or lose, we've got a great group of kids, and that's really why I got into coaching and why I love coaching, is because I get to coach kids like this and our whole team. And so I'm really glad that we found a way to win. I'm really glad we got one. I'm gonna try to just enjoy the moment, and I'm sure it'll hit me here at some point. But it's been really dang busy, and it's been great. But it's a good night. We're 1-0.
Good.
Thank you, guys.
Wayzata.com.